Government data shows that 89 pediatric clinics nationwide closed in 2025, while only 59 opened, leaving the specialty with the largest net decline among all medical fields.
네. 정부 데이터에 따르면 지난해 전국에서 소아청소년과 의원 89곳이 폐업한 반면 신규 개업은 59곳에 불과해 전체 의원 과목 중 소아청소년과 의원의 신규 대비 폐업률이 가장 높았던 것으로 나타났습니다. Okay, so we're looking at 소아과, or the pediatric clinic.
Yes, doctors for kids, basically.
Yes,
and yes, it was the only one, the only discipline, the only specialty where there was a net loss in terms of the number of clinics. Everywhere else, there were gains. If we look at total medical institutes, 5,353 opened and 3,885 closed.
Yep.
So there were gains pretty much across the board. A lot of the gains, though, were actually in the Greater Seoul area, which means there may have been some cities, some areas where they've lost more clinics than they have gained. That said, we've seen over the last few years, fewer and fewer doctors are opting for that specialty, opting for pediatrics. For example, the number of residents and interns in pediatrics went from 816 in 2018 down to 395 in 2022. So that's half the number we lost in that time period. Even now with declining population,
Right.
you have to wonder whether we can convince more doctors to head into pediatrics because no matter how many children we have, our children need care.
And the reasons for that, one of them is that apparently you make less of a profit if you're in the pediatric ward or the field, apparently.
Yes.
And another big reason is that there are less children than before.
Well, that's the thing. But I would like to think that medicine isn't about money. Medicine is about helping people. And I think Korea's doctors are absolutely brilliant. I've benefited from them so much.
Yeah,
and
so
I
have I.
hope that Korea's children can benefit too.
하나 질문 드리고 싶은데요, 선생님.
네.
지금 우리가 이런 동네 병원, 의원 얘기를 하고 있잖아요. 이럴 때 우리가 clinic라는 단어를 많이 쓰는데
네.
그거랑 hospital의 차이 알려주세요.
Oh my goodness. This is a tricky one because in Korea, a clinic can be a hospital. But if you go to the UK, a hospital is a large premises
Yes.
where it's not just one doctor. It has different departments. You can have small and large hospitals, but there will be an emergency room. There will be facilities for surgery. There will be inpatient wards, outpatient wards, and so on and so forth. A clinic is when you have one doctor or a few doctors
Yeah.
who were working in that space. And yes, patients may be able to stay there overnight, but it's not a large facility.
So if you were to say, 나 어제 병원 다녀왔어, 이비인후과 다녀왔어, then you wouldn't say, I went to the hospital.
No.
Would you maybe say, I went to the doctors?
I went to the doctor, I went to the clinic.
I went to the ENT.
Yes, in the UK, very often we go to the GP.
GP,
Which is the general practitioner.
practitioner.
So it depends where you are. Culturally, we have different terms in the same way that in the UK we say chemist, but in the America they say pharmacist.
Yes, right.
So depending where you are, but I went to the doctor is the one that everyone will understand.
맞아요. 자, hospital은 대학병원이라든지 이런 아주 큰 병원을 지칭할 때 쓰고요. 그렇지 않고 우리가 동네 병원 얘기할 때는 보통 클리닉이나 가장 일반적으로는 그냥 의사 보러 갔다라는 표현.
네.
I went to the doctor or the doctors 이렇게 apostrophe s 이렇게 많이 얘기를 합니다. 그렇게 하는 게 일반적이니까요. 참고하시면 되겠고 in this article, of course, we're looking at all the different clinics across the nation, as well as some hospitals. And then we have, even the Korean traditional medicine clinics and
Dentists as well.
Dentists,
and
yeah,
of course
yeah.
the pharmacies or the chemists.
Yes, 맞아요. 자, 지금 보고 있는 데이터에서는 이 요양기관의 개업과 폐업 현황 자료를 건강보험심사평가원이 발표한 내용인데 여기서 요양기관이라는 것은 병의원, 치과병의원, 한방병원, 한의원, 보건소를 다 포함하고 있습니다. 그중에서 이제 문 연 것에 비해서 문 닫은 병원의 비율이 가장 높았던 게 소아과였습니다. Alright, let's have a look at some expressions. 이런 이제 특정 과를 여기서는 specialty라고 불렀네요.
Yes, because it's special. A specialty is something that is special to us, something that we're focusing on. Doesn't just have to be for doctors, though certainly every doctor has a specialty. If you specialize in skin, you'll be a dermatologist.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
specialize in feet, you'll be a podiatrist. If you specialize in children, you'll be a pediatrician, as it
Yes.
were.
And some of these words are really difficult. So
Yes.
in some cases, it's okay to just say foot doctor or, let's see, what else can you
Nose doctor,
simplify?
throat doctor.
Yeah, you could say
You
that.
can say that, however, if you're being formal, you would use the formal term.
That's
and
right.
if you're watching the news or a documentary, they'll almost always use that formal language.
Of course.
But for example, if you're studying English, you may specialize in business English or in English literature.
Yeah, yeah.
That can be your specialty.
Exactly. What's your specialty, Paul?
My specialty is lasagna. I make a very good lasagna.
나의 전문 분야, 나의 특기 이런 의미도 있어요. specialty라는 것은 그래서 선생님의 전문 분야는 라자냐군요.
Yeah.
파스타 잘 만드시죠?
Yeah, it's not going to make you healthy, though, I promise.
자, 그런데 여기서는 지금 병원, 의원 얘기를 하고 있기 때문에 각 그 과를 specialty라고 부르고 있고요. 그 다음에 net decline, 경제 용어 나왔네요.
Yes, a decline is a loss or a reduction of some kind. It goes down.
Right.
But a net decline is balanced with the opposite, with any gains.
Sure.
So you could say, whatever declined by 1,000 shops last year. But they may have gained 2,000 shops, so therefore it's not a net decline. It's a net increase of 1,000.
Exactly.
So we use it to specify what the balance is between the increase and the decrease.
net라는 것은 경제 용어에서 순이란 뜻이 있죠. 그래서 decline, 순 감소가 되겠습니다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. Government data show that 89 pediatric clinics nationwide closed in 2025, while only 59 opened, leaving the specialty with the largest net decline among all medical fields.